Welcome to the second part of Tic Tac Toe Game tutorial, and in this video we're going to build a front-end part of our game. So I just need to add a template with a Tic Tac Toe Game on HTML and CSS and JavaScript, just simple HTML and JS. So I already found this one, and on the CodePen it looks really pretty. And I'm going to copy paste these HTML, CSS and JS to make my own game using this template. So let me copy paste. And you guys always ask me why I use embedded IntelliJ IDEA server for the front end. So in this tutorial I'm going to store all the files on the server, and you guys can open these HTML files with any IDE you want. So I navigate to the static folder and create an index.html. And I'm going to copy paste all the content from the CodePen. Next thing I need to copy paste is CSS. Run. I create an CSS directory, and let me create JS directory. By default, Spring Boot serves static resources in the static directory, so I just put my static resources in this static directory, and my Spring Boot will be able to store and to serve my static resources by default without any configuration at all. So let me just create a file and place my styles, and let me connect it to the index. And let me connect all the dependencies which this author included. So stuff for the head. Let me copy paste. Because it's really important to make this template work as it works on the CodePen. Style for the CSS, nothing, and style for JS. I see that there is a jQuery dependency, so I'm gonna use this one to be able to run this example. But in my tutorial I'm not gonna use jQuery a lot. I try to use only old-fashioned JavaScript. And as we use our WebSockets, we need to include our WebSocket dependencies in our project. So I navigate to my Spring WebSocket and use the dependency from this tutorial. And that's it with dependencies. So let's start our project and see if our template works fine. So I'm gonna get rid of those marks. And let's restart. So let's navigate to HTTP localhost 8080. And as you can see, we have a pretty template for my Tic Tac Toe game. And let's also copy paste this JS. Let's remove this document ready function from the jQuery library. and and let's get rid of those methods. We don't need a computer's turn because our players will play through the internet with each other, not with computer. We're going to leave player turn for now, and we're going to remove win condition also because we calculate wins on the server side. We're gonna leave tick click function and reset function as well. We need to connect this script. As you remember, guys, or maybe you don't remember, but I just tell you that you should connect the scripts in the bottom of the page to make sure that page is loaded already. Looks fine. So let's create. We see that this ID is from 0 to 8. Let's change it from 0 to 0-0 because it's like an X and Y in our two-dimensional array. So let's say 0-1, 0-2. I show you how we're gonna use it. So we need 1-0, let's check once again 0-1-2, 0-1-2, sorry, 0-1-2, and yeah, looks good. And let's create fields for our buttons like start game and like connect to the game, etc. So we just need an input with login there, where player can place its login. And we need a button. And we need another button. So let's call it to the random game. And we need an input, game ID, and we need another button to connect by game ID. And yeah, looks like everything works. Everything looks good now. Nothing works now, but yeah, let's make this footer without reset, but let's add some span message. And let's say opponent login, so when our user connect to the game, another player will see with who it plays for now. So let's create another JS, our custom JS, and let's call it socket.js and connect it. And first function is going to be connect create game. Next one is connect to random function connect to specific game. And let's create a constant. Firstly, URL. It's URL of our server. Secondly, let's make our URL as constant. Let's create a Stomp client variable, and let's create a game ID variable, which is null for now. So when we click create a game, we need to create socket equals new sock.js. We're gonna use sock.js library from this library which we connected. I explained more about this library in the previous lessons. So we need to connect to our socket by the address. Let me check the address. So we need to connect by gameplay address. And let's add some console log. And we need to use a Stomp client over our WebSockets. That's how we use our StompJS over the WebSockets. So, and we have a Stomp client, connect, function, frame. And let's just console log. I'm gonna leave. I'm leave this. I'm not gonna stop on this in detail because I explained this one in the previous tutorial. So I'm not gonna stop on this one to make this tutorial more complex. It's just messing around this with the Stomp and sock.js library to connect to the socket and listen to the events from the server. So I just call Stomp client subscribe to the new events. Our events are going to come from the topic game progress. Plus game ID. Game ID is empty for now, but that's okay. We're going to pass it to this method. And we need a function response. And here we're going to have our response. You remember that response comes in the string, but we need a JSON. We need to get our response body and make it as JSON using JSON parse. Sorry, wrong hotkeys. And for now, just console log data. So now a function, yeah, it's let's call it connect to socket, and let's create a function create game and place close others and place this function on click for this button. Create a new game, on click create game. So when user clicks on create game button, he just navigates to this function, and this function is going to get the user login and get the value of this login and check if this value is null or this login is empty. Then just alert that please enter login, something like that. Otherwise, if everything is okay, we need to make a request to our server. So it's going to be a type URL plus game create, or let me recheck game, yeah, game start. Then it's going to be type post, it's going to have data type JSON, content type like application JSON, and data like JSON stringify. We can actually pass JSON itself, but let's stringify some JSON. And yeah, we need to pass our data like login, the user login, which we retrieved from the login field. And that's it. In case of success, we're going to data, we're going to get those data, and let's make some alert, and let's check response for the create. And yeah, we can get this game ID to alert that user can pass this game ID and play with our user. So we need to make a game ID which we created as global equals data game ID, and we also need, let's actually make alert the last one if we successfully passed all the flows after success. And let's say if our user creates a game, he playing like X. So player type is X, and let's create player type. player type is X, and when user connects to the existing game, so he is playing as O. And we need to reset our board. Reset function is this one. We're going to change it a little bit, but for now we are going to call reset when we successfully created the game. So we need a new board, visual board, a new board like with empty cells. And yeah, and finally we need to connect to our socket. Connect to socket, paste game ID. And yeah, and after that we just need to alert that game is created and everything is okay. So let's add an error handler. And let's just console log an error. For now, that's it. And yeah, we created a game. So the next thing is connect to the random game. I'm going to copy paste this one. So connect to the random. Yeah, it also going to get an login, and then it's going to call connect random. And it also going to pass a login, and that's it. And in the response, this player type is going to have an O, because you know he just connects. The X created the game, and O is just selects the next available option, like X and O. O is the last option. And we don't need this alert, we just need to get an alert like congrats, you're playing with, and let's data player 1 login. Let's just display with whom this player is going to play. And yeah, for now that's it. And let's add this on click connect to random game, on click connect to random. And the next one is connect to specific game. It's going to be the same as previous, but with one difference. We are also going to get not only login but also a game ID. And yeah, if game ID is null or game ID is empty, just alert that you need to paste game ID. Otherwise we need to call connect. Yeah, I just need to remove this random, and we need to pass login. And let's just copy paste this JSON. Player login like login, and game ID is game ID. And the success is going to be the same as in the previous one. So that's it with connecting. And let's get back to the script of the game and add some changes. So as you can see, the spot taken is just selects which spot is taken. Spot is just one of these cells, like this one, and it checks if the spot taken is grid sign, yeah, then we just count plus plus. It's some logic which author added, but we don't need it actually. We just need something like that. And if a spot is available, so if another player haven't placed X or O, we can make a move. Let's create a function, make a move, and let's call it make move. So we also need to make sure that our move is our player is going to have to make a move only once, and then wait until another player makes a move. So we have a game on is a false. When we reset a game, it's going to be false also, because we are playing with another player, and we don't need this count anymore. Our turns is just an array which stores these grid signs. Yeah, we need to place grid here as well. So if game is on, then player can make a move. Otherwise, player should wait until his opponent makes a move. Yeah, and when in which moment of time we gonna make this game on as true. As you remember, guys, we created when we create a game, if user creates a game, he plays as X, and X has first step move, yeah, the right for the first step. So we need to make this game on as true if user created a game. So user created a game and can have one move to make his move once. So and other times game on is false, and we make a move. In a make move function, we need to make a request to the server. Let me copy paste, and we need to pass our move, our gameplay, to the server. Actually, we need to accept a type of the move, X or O. We need to accept X coordinate and Y coordinate, and we need to pass a type post and type as type X coordinate as, let me check once again, gameplay, coordinate X, actually X coordinate, and coordinate Y as Y coordinate, and we need also to pass a game ID. And we can get game ID from the global variable. Remember, we just placed it here. So, and that's it. And then when is success, we need to display our sign in this some of these cells. So, and when player made a move, we need to set game on is false and display the signs, display response data, and we're gonna create display response function. In the display response, we're going to have let board equals data board, because you remember we have a response in the gameplay response. We have our board response, so we're gonna get our board and loop through it for let if from 0 is less than board length, and we need to loop through the columns. And we need to get our turns. We have our turns, and we need to paste our turns like if board A and J equals 1, that means that this is X signs, yeah? So turns Y and J equals X. Actually, let's make it turns as two-dimensional array, yeah, because we need to display our cells, our board as two-dimensional array. Let's just put split this big array as as 3 small ones by 3 cells. And for now it looks much better. So if our board and let's create let, if our board is 1, then it's X. Otherwise, if board is 2, that is O. Turns is O, and that's it. That's how we display our response, and we not only just fill the turns, but we make these turns to be visible on the HTML page. So we just grab this the cell, you remember, guys, that we place our cells with ID the same as the coordinates of our two-dimensional array. So we just get the ID of our cell, we just get every cell from the HTML and just make this cell text as our turns. Let me copy paste to make this clear for you. And we just place text as turns I and j. And for now, we just loop through the array and make these cells display the same as our response board. And after, we just can check a winner. If data winner is not null, we can, for example, let's just alert winner is plus and data winner. And after we displayed a response, we need to set a game on as true. And yeah, we display a response. After we made a move, we just display a response. So we also need display a response for another player, which is waiting for the game socket, for the WebSocket notification. So we need just display a response as data. And for now, I think that would be correct, because one player makes a move and receive a response, so another player just receive this response by WebSocket. So let's check our logic once again. Let's remove unused variables. And yeah, let's if user clicks on tick on one of the cells, he just get this slot on which it ticked and navigates to player turn. He just use slot, and if game on, he just makes a move, and after he made a move, he just makes a call to the server and display response. And after he displayed response, and yeah, let's try to restart our application and try to play the game. Okay, let's navigate to localhost 8080. Firstly, let's run in the debug mode. And let's add, for example, a login and create a new game. I created a game. Yeah, it says that I created a game with a specified ID. I click and I lost the connection. And I lost connection because I tried to connect localhost without a slash. Let's navigate back and try to find where have we made a mistake. And yeah, it looks like we need to place slash here, and we need to restart our server. So let's try once again. Yeah, I connected to the game. Let's open in another browser. I have successfully loaded my page, and let's click connect to the random GUI. Yeah, I need to enter login, connect to the login GUI. Yeah, I'm playing with DFD. So I'm playing and waiting for the DFD move, dfd clicks a move, and has an 500 an error, which is bad. Let's check what happened. Let's navigate to network and see the request response. In the request payload, I see only game ID, and which is bad because I need also, yeah, I totally forgot to change a gameplay. Yeah, I just copy pasted. Let me navigate to the script. Yeah, make a move. I haven't passed a type, x coordinate and y coordinate, which is bad. Let me just pass a player. Type is going to be type. X coordinate is going to be ID, just split by underscore and get the first one, and the y is going to be ID split and get the second one. And we restart our application once again, and we hope it would work fine. And let's restart our browser, reload our page, sorry, create a new game. Let's navigate to another browser, connect to the random game. Yeah, we forgot to enter login. Entered login. We navigate to the browser and click X, and yeah, here we displayed an X on another browser, so let's click O, XCO. So let's add X to win, X O and X again, and winner is X, and winner is X on the both browsers, so game is over. Yeah guys, that's it for today. I know that this game maybe has some bugs, maybe it should be modified a little bit, but it's a work for you. Just get this tutorial, get the code from the GitHub and go on. It's time to create your own Tic Tac Toe game, or even more than Tic Tac Toe game. And that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and goodbye.